This might be my coolest 3D print yet. A full-size Wolverine helmet, printed on the Bambu A1 3D printer. Hey everyone, Dan here. I've had my A1 for just over a year now, and 3D printing has quickly become a huge part of what I do. You can have an idea in the morning and then have it printed out in the afternoon. And that's why right now I think it's a great time to get into 3D printing. One of the first things you'll figure out when you get a printer is filament choice. There are loads of types out there, but PLA is hands down the easiest place to start. It's affordable, it's widely available, and it gives you great print quality without much hassle. Personally, I love the look of Bambu Lab's PLA matte. It hides those layer lines really well, and it also looks great off the print bed. But really, it comes down to what you're printing and your own personal taste. Start with PLA, get comfortable, then branch out. So now you've got your printer sorted, your filament loaded. The big question is, what do you actually print? Bambu makes it really easy with preloaded test files right out of the machine, but my favourite way is through MakerWorld. It's basically a huge free marketplace where the community share models, you can browse through trending designs, categories, and once you find something, it's as easy as dropping it into Bambu Studio or hitting prepare to print on the app. The Wolverine helmet, that's exactly how I found it. One of the best things about 3D printing is also using it to solve problems. My office desk drawers used to be chaos. Hobby paints, glues, cables everywhere, but with a few custom trays, it's all easy and neat to find. I discovered the Gridfinity system. It's a modular storage setup where you print a base grid and then custom bins to fit whatever you need. The community have gone wild with it. There are designs for tools, hard drives, cables, storage, you name it, they've done it. When I first started, I stuck to smaller, useful things. Organisers, jigs, problem solvers, but the more I printed, the more I realised it doesn't have to be practical. It can be creative, fun, and sometimes over the top. Like this Wolverine helmet right here. The setup was really simple. I dropped the model into Bambu Studios, used matte yellow and black PLA, and sliced it with pretty much standard settings, right out of the box. One of the best things about the A1 is that you don't have to spend hours of time tuning the profiles to get a good, clean result. And for beginners pretty much like me, that's a huge win. Less time fiddling, more time making stuff. Just a quick pause before we move on. If you've watched one of my YouTube videos or caught a behind the scenes shot or just thought, what does Dan use to create all of this? I've made a page on my blog to answer exactly that. It's a full breakdown of the filmmaking, photography and tech gear I use across YouTube, client shoots and even personal projects. And because my setup keeps evolving, I update this regularly. So if you're gear curious, hunting down recommendations or just plain nosy, hey, no judgment, I'm exactly the same. You can check the link in the description. Now the helmet prints in separate parts. So to make it wearable, I glued in some tiny 2mm round magnets. They snap the sections together really neatly and make it easy to assemble and take apart. And here's why printing something like this is so rewarding. A helmet like this would easily cost a couple of £100 to buy pre-made. Printing at home? Around £20 to £30 in filament. And of course a handful of cheap magnets. Eventually you'll probably want to design your own things. I've been experimenting myself. Like this PS5 controller holder. It took a few revisions and plenty of trial and error, but seeing the final piece printed and working is really satisfying. And that mix of affordability and customization makes 3D printing so exciting. So here it is, the Wolverine helmet. Straight off the printer and put together. I've left it in raw PLA at the moment, but I might prime it and paint it further down the line. But even as is, I think it still looks really cool. And this is the type of things that you could be printing just after a few weeks of getting started. Just a quick note, I'm not sponsored by Bambu Labs. I bought the A1 myself and this is just my genuine experience after having it for a year. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more builds like this, just drop me a like and a subscribe and let me know in the comments below what you'd like to see next. So after a year with the A1, I can safely say that this is more than a printer. It's a creativity machine. That sounds cheesy, but it is. Catch you in the next one.